Welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast, where we talk about how to be a better lifter, how to be a better coach, and everything in between. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast. Our podcast is sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Go to www.establishmentcoffee.com.au for 25% off and free shipping. We are back with the fam and a very special guest today, Mr. Tommy Hardy. How are you, Tommy?
Yeah, good. How you guys going? Thanks for having me.
How's the persona change? Like in 2 minutes from like, yeah, to like, yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you? How are you guys doing today? It's great to see everyone.
Oh, man. That's it.
Put it on the professional act now.
That's it, you know.
Tom Hardy, thanks for coming through.
No worries, man.
In the building. Before we get started, I like to do something that we do every week. Let's go through our gratefuls. Tom Hardy, what are you grateful for, brother?
Yeah, so probably a little bit, cringe or whatever, but probably just I'm grateful for life.
That ain't cringe,
Great
brother.
Grateful that, training, my family, and this country. Like, how good is Australia? Like, that's what I'm grateful for.
Amazing.
Like, just driving here, I was like, fuck, we live in a good country, man. Like,
So
that's
good.
what I'm grateful for.
That's a really
Truly
good
blessed.
one, Tommy.
Truly blessed.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Stop holding the mic. You keep whacking me in the face.
Oh, sorry, man. My bad.
Get in the right spot and just... Yeah. You can move it around, but when you're holding it, it's just whacking me in the face.
Tell it's my first rodeo.
Nah, you've been on podcasts. You just haven't been on big podcasts.
Yeah. With like massive productions.
I'm with the big dogs.
Yeah.
Bridget, what are you grateful for?
The beach. I went there this morning and yesterday, and it's absolutely beautiful right now.
Nice.
So that's what I'm grateful for. And almond croissants. I had the best one I've had in my entire life today.
Where was it from?
5B2F.
Now that you're a pastry connoisseur,
Yes,
why
now
are you
you're a
asking where
pastry
it's from? Like you know if it's a good one or not.
I've been a 5B2 R2D2.
Thomas has had about 5 pastries in his life, and now he's a connoisseur.
I haven't had their almond croissants before. I used to be a pain au chocolat girl, and now I think I'm converted to almond croissants.
Bonjour.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, bonjour, James. What is your grateful for the week? It's not a grateful for the week. What are you grateful for this week?
Oh, what am I grateful for this week? A good night's sleep.
Oh,
Nice.
Had a good night's, probably my first good night's sleep in a minute last night. So yeah, I feel good.
what's a good night's sleep for you?
Probably getting like more than 6 hours sleep and not waking up multiple times.
What time do you go to bed these days? Now that you're a morning runner,
Depends. Sometimes it's like it honestly goes anywhere between 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m.
nice. That's the dream. I got in bed at 7:30 on Sunday. I've been getting earlier and earlier, but sometimes it's hard. Like sometimes I don't get home till like 7, then I have to cook and answer some emails, and yeah,
It's a good feeling getting to
Be
bed
the
early.
boss man you are, you know. Always on that grind.
Stay grinding.
something like that.
Tom, bro, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for robotic vacuum cleaners. So I put Buddy on a raw diet. I know this changes things, but there's a reason I'm saying this. I put Buddy on a raw diet like 6 months ago, so no more bickies. He's only on like food, like animal products. So he has mince for breakfast, and then he rotates through bone, organ meat, and fish in the evening. And I've been experimenting with different organ meat, and I've discovered that he hates liver.
Wow.
So I tried to hide some liver just because I had bought it for a second time to see if he would eat it, and he just doesn't. He just spits it out. So I'd bought a pack of it, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to waste it. I'll chop it up and try and hide it in his mince. But he's a little ninja. He just finds it and spits it out. And my robotic vacuum was going, and it like caught a piece of liver that he spat out on its front, and then dragged it through my house. So I had like this bloody liver trail through my house. And I was just thinking about that just then, and I'm like, it's cool that I have a robot vacuum that cleans my house for me, even though Buddy ruined it. So
we are living in the future.
in the year 3000. That's right.
At least Buddy's staying primal.
I can't believe he doesn't like liver.
He's picky.
Get amongst it.
He's picky.
He eats like old wraps out of the garden.
I was going to say he's actually not picky at all, and so when he is, it's really quite strange.
Wow.
Yeah. We got a few things to recap. James, big weekend for you.
Huge weekend.
Tell us what happened. The good, the bad, the ugly, the bench.
Yeah. It's little bit embarrassing, to be honest. I was like, okay, I'm going to do my first. We good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm about to do my first ever bench only comp. It'll be the first time I've ever gone 3 for 3 in bench. Ended up being my worst bench performance ever. But that's all good. I had so much fun just getting out on the platform with my friends in the APL. What did I do? Saturday, I did bench only. Sunday, I had a race. Saturday, I went 1 for 3 in bench. I hit my opener that was really hard. But I opened on that. I did my openers in seconds the week before, and they were very easy.
Yeah.
I think because you were doing it on a different bench.
Yeah.
Using the soft bench. Maybe it made a difference.
But you had like no prep for that.
Yeah.
You prepped like what, 4 weeks out?
Did you guys like have a chat about how you're gonna like stack all the different excuses before you came up here? Yeah, I mean like the wrong bench, had a rocky prep, but you just came in to have fun, you know. You're coaching on the day, lots of athletes to look after, a bit of a rough weight cut at the end there.
It's a nightmare.
Prepping for a race.
No, actually, this is what Thomas sent me. I'm reading this out. This is so good.
Sorry.
So I posted something laughing at myself, going 1 for 3 on bench. Thomas messaged me, bro, that reffing was fucked. You got fucking robbed. Did you see how many people were slipping on the platform too? I can't believe those meet directors don't realize how much time and money people spend on these meets. They deserve better. I never blame the comps or refs, but this is just ridiculous. Keep slaying, King. This was about 5 minutes after I benched as well.
Got to support my boy.
But no, I had fun. I hit my opener 125, which I've opened at every single comp I've done in my life. So that was cool. Missed my second and then didn't go for a third. But then on Sunday, this is the one that I was actually prepping for.
Father's Day.
Yeah, so Sunday's Father's Day. I did a 25k race, and
You crushed it.
yeah,
That's
I
fun.
actually,
Sick.
yeah, I can't believe it how good I did. I'm not trying to sound like a wanker, but I actually, for the first time in a long time, I actually saw my hard work, like, you know, because I've done comps, mediocre preps, and I've done shit on the platform, and it's never really bothered me. But I actually did this whole prep really well. I only missed 1 whole week of running when I hurt my Achilles, but otherwise I did every session to a T. I didn't overshoot anything, any workouts during that prep, and then on race day, it just came together. So I wanted to run a negative split. That means where you run the second half faster than the first half. The first half I didn't go slower than 4:45 per K. And then in the second half of the race, I didn't do anything slower than 4:40 per K.
Nice.
So I wanted my average to be around 4:35, I think I said to you guys. It ended up being 4:41, so I probably could have pushed a little bit harder in that first half. But I'm really happy.
But James, like this is something you're really passionate about, isn't it?
I just
Like you wanted to fucking smash it. Like you were just set on it, weren't you?
Yeah, but I've wanted to smash every powerlifting comp too.
Yeah, but at least you know, like it's so much more rewarding. That's why you haven't cared about the powerlifting stuff, because you've been like, well, I kind of prepped, but also kind of didn't. Whereas this, you've put months and months, years even, of like thought and dedication and effort into it. And it's, like you said, so good to see the result.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I was really happy. So no, I'm stoked. Going to do a half marathon prep, getting back into some strength training now. Some like, I don't want to say proper strength training because I've always been training, but you know, doing a little bit more SBD, a little bit more powerlifting stuff. So it's going to be fun.
Very
sick,
nice.
man.
Very nice. So you're not doing the full marathon next year?
Yeah, I'm doing the full
You
marathon.
are doing the full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's go.
Fergus
Very cool.
Crawley, you sent it to me, Thomas. He totaled 600
Crazy.
and then did a marathon, or he did like a 60k race. I don't know, but
Are you serious?
Yeah, crazy. Same
Insane.
weekend.
Damn.
yeah, he's a weapon. So I want to get on that vibe for 2023.
Yeah, sick.
Hybrid Henny.
Very
Hybrid
nice.
Henny.
Hybrid
Loading.
Concurrent training.
Hashtag.
Concurrent king. All right. What about you, Bridget? You had a bunch of lifters on the weekend, and you lifted yourself.
Yeah, I did. I just had Scotty Too Hottie on the weekend. He smashed it. He got his 225 deadlift. He wanted his 4 reds, so he got that. He was stoked. PB'd his squat. Bench wasn't there, but that's all good. He had the best day. I was so happy. And it was nice to, be beside him competing as well. I went 7 for 9. It was a great day. Had heaps of fun, yeah. And it was good just to be here with the whole crew. There was Lukey, Davey. Who else do we have? Raven. There was some more as well, wasn't there? Mitch and Rick. Yeah,
Rick.
they all killed it.
Lachlan Inch competed.
Yeah.
Yeah, heaps of zero lifters. It was a really cool comp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridget's undermining how well she actually did.
Yeah, she
I
killed
was
it.
all right.
Tom, bro, you did the maths, and Bridget was pretty close to coming third or second overall. So she would have come, if she totaled 12.5 kilos more, she would have come second overall. If she totaled 5 kilos more, I think she would have come third overall.
That's cool.
Something like that.
You guys took a gutsy jump on the third bench attempt.
What was it again?
Well, we
You
went
went from
52
52
and
to
then
57.
57. Just because we hit it in training, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to get this.
Well, Bridget
He had
almost
to talk me out of 60.
Bridget almost tore my head off when I said we're opening at 47.5. She threw all her toys out the cot. So yeah, we had to give it a crack. It was one of those ones that where she missed it, and I was like,
But that Christmas Day comp is such a vibe though.
yeah, it's
Like
cool
it's
comp.
such
It's
a good
so
comp
fun.
to close out the year.
Yeah.
Like I did it last year and it was sick.
Yes.
I was going to say, how do you know? You weren't here.
Bro, I was there in spirit.
You're always with us. Anyway,
Fucking oath.
this podcast is all about you, Tom Hardy.
Yes.
go.
Gregory Hardy.
Yeah.
Junior.
Tell the truth. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What's your story? How'd you get into lifting?
Yeah, so growing up in Warwick, Queensland, 2.5 hours from here. Yeah, Gold Coast.
You don't have to say it. We all know where Warwick is.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
put it on the map.
Yeah, well, nah. There's not much to do. So I basically grew up playing rugby league, and it was my dream to make the NRL. But I was good at footy. I was just always a bit too small, and I got a job at the local gym when I was in grade 10. And one of the guys working there is actually an ex-powerlifter, Ben Bushrow.
Yeah.
And he was kind of my mentor. And basically what happened was he told me about powerlifting, and he was prepping for nationals, and I don't know, like it was just something about it. I had a lot of interest in it, and he wrote me up a strength and conditioning program for footy, and I just really enjoyed it. So when the season ended in 2013, I was under 16s. I said, hey, bro, I'd like to jump in on a powerlifting comp, push-pull comp, because he already had a few guys that were going to do it. Anyway, I jumped in on it, and long story short, I went there, and I come home after that comp thinking, this is what I want to do. Like,
What comp was it?
It was the push-pull at PTC Brisbane, which is now Valhalla Strength. But
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, after that, like I gave footy up, went into grade 12 and started powerlifting. I did my first 3-lift sanctioned comp, and that's where I met you, Stenzel, Josiah, and I just fell in love. Like, yeah, I come last and got smoked, but like I think from that experience, like it just installed something inside of me to like I want to do this. I want to be good at this. You just know. I just knew.
Which comp was that first 3-lift one?
That was Queensland States.
In 2000
14. That's when you won on Sunday. I remember it vividly. I was watching. I competed Saturday. You lifted on Sunday, and it was out of you and Gus Cook, and you pulled for the win. I remember it.
I did.
Fuck.
I did.
I remember that vividly.
We weighed in. We both competed in the hundreds.
That's right.
And we both did like 10 or 11 kilo weight cuts.
And
we weighed in at exactly the same weight. And it was coming down to the final deadlift, and it was looking like we would Gus was trying to pull to make it a tie. Mm-hmm. And if it was a tie, then we would have had to be weighed in straight after the comp. And Gus had like Ipecac or something with him. Do you know what Ipecac is?
No.
It's this like drink that you just take this shot of this stuff, and it instantly makes you vomit. So he was going to do that, like lose a bunch of weight and then stand on the scales and try and win. That's how bad he wanted it. And then he dropped his deadlift. So I pulled for 2.5 more to make sure that I got the win. And I got it, and then I did this thing where I yelled, and then I dropped to my knees and I whacked the ground. Stenzel and I call it the ground pound of shame.
We've seen that video.
The GPS. It's never allowed to be seen by anyone else ever again. And won. And obviously, smoked Tom Hardy. That's back when I was stronger than him.
I was sitting next to Gus's brother. That's how I knew.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because
you would have been in the 90s back then.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, because he was like, Gus has got to verse Thomas Lilley. I'm like, who's Thomas Lilley? Like, and then that's how anyway, after that, fast forward to 2014 Nationals, and that was just an awesome comp, man. I mean, I think that's the comp when you and Stenzel did then huge weight cuts. That's the comp where Criddle totaled 10 times body weight. First guy ever in Australia to do it, I think.
Yep.
I didn't know he was the first ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Critter.
I was there. Like that it was crazy, man. Like I was on the Sunday and that was on the Saturday, and like Stenzel totaled 800 And then the Sunday come along, and Ricky was the first guy ever in Australia to total 900.
Yep.
And like, yeah, like I totaled what, like 530, but like just to be there and witness that, it was fucking sick, man. Jackson Murray squatted like 357.5 at 100.
And he was like 18.
Yeah, he was a kid. Like
Back then, Ricky Goodyear was the king, eh?
yep,
He's the man.
100%.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. It was just such a good comp. And then, so after 2014, I tore my meniscus actually, and I kept squatting on it because it was fine. Like I just felt a little bit of pain, and I didn't think much of it, and I just kept walking around on it, and then it would start to catch, and then I was like, oh shit, this is actually getting bad. So I got surgery on that in 2015, and then
Did you tear it squatting, or like was it an old footy injury?
well,
Or you don't know?
I tore it squatting, but I think it was a combination of things. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you feel it happen when it happened?
yeah. So I squatted in the gym, and I just felt something. I just felt something go, and I was like, "Oh shit, what was that?" And I couldn't walk, and then I rested it for a couple of weeks and started lifting, but it wasn't the same. So I got surgery on it, and then I just thought, Ben moved away, so he wasn't coaching, so I really didn't have anyone, coaching me. I was just following old programs and stuff, and I just thought I got to get a coach, and there's got to be a better way to do this. So basically, what happened, I was online, and PTC Gold Coast kept coming up, and I was like, man, these guys are getting strong. And Thomas kept harping on technique. And I was like, this is what I need to do. I need to hit this guy up. And you were in America at the time, I think.
Yep.
And I messaged you, and then that's how the things ball got rolling. And yeah, man, the rest is really history after that. Like, we've done pretty well together, man. Like, a few world records, comp wins, national title wins, and it's been legit the best decision I've made.
Yes, I think you're selling a little bit short, because when I think of lifters that you've spoken about this with me as well, like lifters that when I said, who's your favorite guy to coach or whatever, you haven't said explicitly Tommy's your favorite, but you love seeing people like Tommy start from the very start to where he is now. Like, he started off as, you look at strong people and go, oh, he's always been a freak. But Tom Hardy wasn't a freak. He worked hard, very hard right from the start, and continues to do so.
Yeah, like what were your best numbers back then? What did we start at?
So we started at, I think, I squatted 230, then I had surgery, so I think I was only around 200.
Yeah.
I was benching around maybe 130, deadlifting around maybe 220.
Mm-hmm.
So
and what are your best numbers now?
Best numbers are a 373 squat, 200 kilo bench,
ridiculous.
and a 300 kilo deadlift.
Was that a typo?
But like that hard work ethic is just from footy. Like, we got taught at an early age, if you want to fucking be good at something, you just got to work for it. And that just really just drilled into me as a young kid. Like, nothing comes easy. If you want something, you just got to work. You got to work your ass off.
And I mean, like that's you through and through. Workhorse when it comes to training. You never miss a session. You never miss a rep. Yeah, you very, very rarely ever change anything. Like, you've done all the volume I've ever thrown at you when I went through my high volume programming phases, and I was giving you like 8 to 10 sets. You did all of that. Like, you've really worked for it. So kudos to you, my brother.
Cheers, bro. Thank you, man.
373 as well, number 100 kilo squat ever in Australia.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's my greatest achievement, I think.
We should probably highlight that it's the number 1 raw squat, because I can't remember. I think it was me who squatted 375 equipped at under 100 kilos.
Christmas Cup too.
I'll have to double check the numbers on that. So
yeah,
number one squat in Australia in the 100 kilo class, which is a phenomenal effort.
Yeah, it's
some
good,
heavy hitters in that class.
Yeah, it's unreal. I just wanted to, just talking about Tommy's work ethic, just even the little things like watching Tommy train in his home gym. Would you call it home gym?
Yeah,
Shed?
it's a shed. I just read it. It's the Warwick Boxing Club actually helped me with that. So kudos to them. Like, they helped me big time. So yeah,
Like, I couldn't think of anything worse than going, all right, today I've got to do 320 for a set of 5 on my own in my shed.
In Warwick, in 400-degree heat in a shed.
Yeah, but you fucking go in and get it done week in, week out.
Does it get hot in there?
Yeah, it gets hot in there, but we got fans, so it's all good. I love it.
Yeah. Do you train with anyone?
My mate Tade, my best friend from home, he helps me every bench day, so he lifts off for me. But other than that, like, my little sister Bridget will come down and help me, and yeah. But mainly it's by myself. Yeah.
Do you prefer to train by yourself or with other people? Because, like, you come here or you went to Reapers for a while, and you're a pretty extroverted guy. You get electrified by being around people. Do you find it different when you train by yourself? Do you find it harder to turn on, or is it the same regardless?
When I'm going for bigger lifts, I love being around the boys, like here, you know. When it's like off-season stuff and the real work is on, I like being at home. You can just put your music on and just switch on and get into it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, whether I'm home or in here, it's really just, you know, no difference. It's just when you're around more people, you do lift more. I will admit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what are your aspirations with it all? Where do you want to take it?
Yeah, man, I want to be the best. Like I just want to be the best I can be. If I can be the best I can be, then I've given myself every chance to probably be the best squatter in the world or the best lifter in the world. So as long as I can be the best I can be, that's really all I can ask for.
Mm-hmm. And what does that mean in numbers? What do you really want? I know you think about this.
Yeah, I don't
Tell
know.
me the numbers.
Well, Chad Penson squatted 420, so I'm looking at that.
Who's Chad Penson?
Did he squat 420
at 100. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have no idea who Chad Penson is.
He's
that
like,
his name?
yeah, Chad Penson. So him and John Hack go head to head in the under 90s and the under 100s.
Yep, that's right.
He's the king. I love Chad Penson.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Does he have a different name on Instagram?
Penson lifts.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so you know he's on the list. So.
On the hit list. Okay, 420 squat.
It might take me a minute, but I'll try my best to get there.
What do you want out of your bench?
I'd love to bench over 500 pounds.
Yep.
227.5.
Yep.
At 100, that'd be sick.
Yep. And then deadlift somewhere north of like 220. Sorry.
Oh no, like 350. Who cares? Like,
It's like a waste of time anyway.
nah.
Poor man squat. That's what I say.
Nah, like 330, 350, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
If it's possible, yeah.
Who are your biggest inspirations in lifting?
Biggest inspirations. Probably. So when I started, everyone looks at the guys from like that are world famous. My guys when I started were like Matt Stenzel, Thomas Lilley, Scott Watson, Ricky Goodyear, Will Crozier. Those were my guys. Those are the guys I wanted to be like. Obviously, I'm Thomas knows I love Dan Green, but when I first came up, like those were the guys I wanted to be like. The guys in Australia, like Critter, like. All those guys, those are the guys I wanted to aspire to be like. You know what I mean? Like everyone else looks at the USA guys and the Eric Lilley Bridges and all them, which is great. But, when I first came into powerlifting, I wanted to be like these guys. You know what I mean?
It's the same with me, man. Like I remember like I was doing PA and then I stopped and I did some other stuff. I was running for a while and I did this squat world record thing and then I wanted to get back into powerlifting. And I found Scott and PTC Brisbane through forums. Actually, do you remember Dave Parmiter?
No, I don't.
Dave Parmiter, he was like Stenzel's competitor. He was the second guy to go 800 in the 90s in Australia. Yeah, right. He had a massive deadlift. And I remember I wanted to do the strongman comp and I registered too late. And he's like, well, there's a comp on the same day at this gym called PTC Brisbane. And that's when I learned about them. And I remember going to their YouTube channel and being like, I'm stronger than a lot of these guys. Like, if this is powerlifting in Australia, I think I can do this thing. So I went and entered the novice comp and did really well. And then I kept watching, like, following them. And I remember watching the videos and Ricky came along. And there was a video of him and Hamish Coulter back in the day. And Ricky squatted, like, 260. And I was like, hold the phone. People don't squat 260. And I remember watching it and being like, how is this possible? Like, this is freaky. It was for reps. It was like for 3 or 5 reps or something like that. I'm like, this is insane. And the same thing as you. Like, I was always really invested and still am. I don't follow American powerlifters. Really invested in what's going on here, who's big here. Because we have a lot of really, really good lifters in Australia.
It's amazing. It's unreal.
I was just thinking that the landscape of powerlifting in Australia is second biggest in the world, I reckon, behind America.
And Russia, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. We don't really follow Russian. We only know 1 or 2 kind of thing.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, Australian powerlifting's fucking awesome.
It's
pretty
fucking
wild.
sick, man. Like, got Pro Raw coming up. Like, they hold some of the biggest comps in like the world, really. Like, it's so good. Big dogs, like.
There are some insane lifters coming through South Africa.
Yeah.
That don't get enough attention. Like, obviously, everyone knows Nicolas, like, absolutely unreal lifter. A lot of people are aware now of our lifter, Kurt, over there. Phenomenal lifter. He'll go over 1,000 at his next comp for sure, if he doesn't bomb. again. But there's other like absolute freaks. We're working now with a kid called Colton over there who just pulled 400 the other day at under 110, and he's like 22 years old.
Freak.
Far out.
There's a woman over there. Her name's Jade. She's under 60 and totaling up in the 500s kind of thing. There's a woman over there, Danielle, who's doing massive numbers as well. They've got some real talent popping up and coming through. So as it grows over there, I'm sure you'll see more and more freaks pop up. It's just the same story everywhere. Like America's ahead of the game because they've been doing it for longer.
That's true.
They've got a bigger population, so you just naturally see more freaks. So as it's gotten bigger here, you just see more and more people that come into the game and just push it that little bit further kind of thing.
What baffles me about the South Africans though is the gyms and the equipment they train on.
Oh, bro, they're tough, eh?
They're fucking. That's the best way to describe it. They're tough.
Just tough.
They don't
just dogs. Man.
Yeah, they're relentless. Like, well, they've got nothing else to use. I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that because their gyms are phenomenal, but phenomenal for the average person. So they don't have much like powerlifting stuff. So they've got like Virgin Active clubs, which is super gyms, but like Kurt, is squatting 320 for reps on like the shittiest, weakest bar with shit plates, and it's just like bouncing while he's trying to do it. It's wild.
And I saw that video of is it Colton?
Yeah, Colt
Benching 200 for what? Sets of...
I don't know, something dumb. Sets of 3 or 4.
But it was on like...
Just like...
the worst Snap Fitness bench I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, that's nuts. People here complain about, that Alico.
Yeah.
Is
That-
stickier than that one.
We're very lucky.
But that's what it's like. I mean, like in the first gym that you went to in Warwick, you wouldn't have had powerlifting stuff.
No, man. I remember Ben used to bring his deadlift bar in, and people they used to get a bit cranky because we'd make too much noise. But yeah, it was we didn't train on anything fancy. No, just commercial stuff, really.
Yeah.
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 Old Olympic kilo barbells, 20 kilo barbells that were like, shit. But it's what you had. It's what you had to do. You just did it.
Yeah. So what do you do for life? Like, do you train? Do you coach? Do you work?
Yeah, so I do coach a little bit, not as much as I don't really promote it at all. Really, I just do it a little bit on the side. But I mainly work in aged care at Churches of Christ in Warwick. Shout out.
They're listening, bro. Trust me. We get messages from them all the time from the patrons.
That's it. That's
Like
it.
demands. Where's Tom Hardy?
Yeah, yeah. So I do that. My main goal is to one day open a gym. When I do that, I'm not sure, but that is my end goal. So I'm just enjoying training and life at the moment, guys. And yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. I'm just focused on tunnel vision into Pro Raw, and then after Pro Raw, we'll see what happens.
I just want to... I don't know if you're aware of this, but you've actually got a gym.
Yeah.
You could just open it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
For those of you listening, you see where Tommy trains. That's his own gym. So you rent a space out.
Yeah,
That's all your own equipment.
That's all my own equipment. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Just saved up and just got some secondhand stuff and all like the rogue plates you see and some of the bars are new, but yeah, mostly just secondhand machines and stuff. They do the job. So
Yep. How long have you been collecting and building this stuff up for?
since 2020. So I just started out with just a bench and a squat bar and a platform, squat rack and a platform, and which is a pretty good start off, really. And then I just slowly built from there. You know.
Did you see or were you incentivized to build because of COVID? Or did you think, oh shit, I better buy more stuff and make my own little gym?
No. So basically. I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but I'm not really a big fan of the commercial gyms we have. And that's not a knock on them. Like they run great gyms in Warwick. Like, don't get me wrong, but
If they're not for you, they're not for you.
yeah, that's exactly right. Like I just wanted a place for me and my buddies to train at. Well, mainly me, but just a place where you can play your own music and you can, slam a few weights around and, have some chalk and just go hard, not have to worry about, disturbing or like people or making too much noise or just I just wanted my own space basically. So I just did what I could to make it happen.
I don't get that, man. Like, you don't make a lot of noise. I don't need you to tell me when you arrive. I hear you
I just get
laughing
into it.
through my headphones when you get here.
Tommy's got the best laugh.
Lights up the
I
world.
just love it.
The happiest man on earth. Sometimes I want to hand Tommy a microphone, so he doesn't have to yell.
Well, the other day I was training and I was like, Thomas, what height do you want? And you're like, why are you yelling at me? I was like, oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah, the headphones in.
Nah, you do though. You light up everyone speaks so highly of you. They're like, he is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love powerlifting, man. It's just I love the gym vibe. It's just happy.
But I think because it's people put in our sport, especially with younger people, they put people that are stronger than them on a pedestal. So it's almost like they expect them to act a certain way around people.
Well,
So when they meet Tommy and they're like, he's so fucking nice, I'm like, bro, he's the nicest guy you ever meet.
so when I was young and competing, I always looked up to the stronger guys, and like it probably wasn't their fault. Like they didn't really go out of their way to talk to us younger lifters who weren't really there yet. And I kind of just said like, if I ever get to their level, if I ever get there, I'm going to make an effort to talk to that kid over there who's only benching the bar or whatever, because, you know, they could be the next big thing one day. Like they remember that. I remember my first three lift sanction comp. Stenzel actually come over and had a chat with me. Josiah did. Thomas wasn't there at the time because he competed on Sunday.
Shots fired.
On Sunday. But I was competing with those guys, and like I remember that to this day. You remember shit like that when you're a kid. So if
I was definitely there because I was handling Josiah, but
oh, sorry, bro.
it's all right, man. If you didn't recognize me back then, fuck.
I did. I just at the start I told.
That's been my motivation.
Yeah.
That's been my motivation for Zero. I'm like, I'm going to build this brand so big that Tommy Hardy cannot ignore me.
Yeah.
He's going to know my name.
Yeah, you remember shit like that. You remember.
I hope I was nice to you at some point.
Yeah, you were.
Well, that's good.
At some point. Hopefully I was nice to you once.
It's actually really interesting reflecting back, and not with you specifically, but like remembering people come in and being all shy and weird in the warm-up room when you're more experienced and you've done 100 comps and you're like, oh, you can work in with me, and then seeing them change over the years and turn into, like, even Will. Will's still awkward, but I remember Will being super awkward and weird at his first states. It was just this guy that was pretty strong, and then he got some attention, and now he's Will, like he's the guy.
Yeah,
it's really interesting to watch these people's journey. It's the same in these gyms.
He's
like
a legend.
You see someone come in and they're all shy and in the corner, and then 6 months later they're a Tommy Hardy sort of character.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Were you ever shy, Tommy, or have you always been outgoing?
Oh, if I go to a new gym, I'm pretty shy.
Yeah.
If I'm around people I'm comfortable with, I like to get amongst it. You know, I like to live. I don't want to give a rap or anything, but I like to lift people, man. Like, don't just lift people. Be nice. Like, just get the vibe going. That's how you have a good session.
That's sick.
You're a power lifter.
Just get it going. Yeah.
Power lifter.
Get amongst it.
Nice. Well, let's talk about Pro Raw. Has Pro Raw always sort of been an aspiration for you?
Yeah. So back to 2014 when I started, I watched Pro Raw 6 on the live stream.
Pro Raw 6.
Pro Raw 6. It was Pro Raw 6. Yeah, best of the.
Yeah. Just remind me, is that the one I've got the trophy for downstairs?
So when
there's a
Stenzel
bunch
pulled
of trophies
300,
out there.
Remember when Stenzel pulled 300? He's like, "What the fuck? Didn't get the down call."
I don't, because I pulled 302 after him. So everyone before me, I kind of forgot. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Pro Raw 6. I remember that, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is sick!" Like, what's all this? Like, it was just mad. And then I got invited in 2017, and I didn't go. I knocked it back. I didn't think I was good enough to go there, but because I wanted to go there and try and win. I didn't want to go there just to fucking be there. So yeah, this year I feel like I'm in a better position to do well. So I'm going to try and win.
Back then, bro, you should have done the comp. I actually saw a really good reel yesterday on Instagram.
Yeah,
you're never going to be strong enough.
That's right, 100%.
Do the comp.
And to be honest, I probably should have done it for the experience. Looking back, but just at the time, I was just I'm not doing that. I'm not going to win. Why do it? But looking back now, I probably should have done it, just for the experience to get around. I think it was at the Arnold's that time, so that would have been cool.
Yeah, it was Pro Raw 9. That was the second one at the Arnold's.
Yeah, so look, I do regret that a little bit. Yeah, I should have done it.
It was a big comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool comp.
Are they going to do that again?
No, because the Arnold's isn't coming back to Australia.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
At all?
No. So whether or not
That's
they
sad.
run a like a fitness expo or whatever, yeah. I can't remember. I think I had like 20 something lifters at that Pro Raw, and it was condensed into less days than it is now. And I remember I went in the 125s because I had more lifters in the 95s and 110s. So I was like, well, I'll just not cut for the 110s. I was like 112 or 113 or something. And I had a lifter that was two people after me. So I did my squat, pulled my wraps, and while I was still on my knees, was wrapping his knees for his squat. It was pandemonium. It was so cool.
Wow.
It's a really, really fun comp.
Yeah, man, it looks sick. If you guys ever go to Will Crozier's Instagram and watch his last, was it that lift he pulled that to win it?
Yeah.
It's just it's electric. It's
That
so
was
cool.
insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knocked back that one, but you've accepted this one.
Yeah, ready
and-
to roll.
And
Yep.
you want to win.
Yeah, I want to win. Yeah.
You going 95s or 110s?
95s. 100%.
Ooh.
95s. 95s. It's a challenge. Last comp I totaled 858 at 100. So, we'll just if you do the work in the gym, you give yourself the best chance to do well at your next meet. So,
What's the
That's
biggest
how I'm banking
total in under 95s pro raw so far? Is it Matt Stenzel or
Nah.
be Patrick, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Pat Morrison?
Yeah, I don't actually know what the total is.
872.5.
I don't know if that was at pro or not.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think it was a pro roll. I'm not too sure. I think the best 95s total was against Patrick and Stenzel when pro roll was at the Arnold's last.
That would have been Dale Longford.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Nah, Patrick won that comp.
Yeah.
It went Pat, Dale, Stenzel. Or Pat,
okay.
Stenzel, Dale. I think Stenzel was second.
Because they tied or something, and then it was Pat was lighter, wasn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because you've cut a lot of weight. You've cut from like
Yeah.
112 or 114
112.
at your heaviest. Yeah.
At 2020, we started at 112. So basically, I was getting too heavy, and just a lot of body fat, and I was squatting super wide, and wasn't hitting. Depth was just such a fucking obstacle, and it was just shit. And Thomas just said to me, "Look, man, we need to make some changes," and took me through a lot of hip drills, technique sessions, and a part of that was getting the weight down so I could move better. And it's really made a big difference. One of the questions I get is, do you find it hard to stay stronger while you're cutting weight? And you got to adjust to it. It takes a while to adjust, which makes it feel harder, but in the long term, you'll be better for it. My best total was 802.5 at 110. And then, fast forward 2 years, my total's gone up by like 60 kilos and I'm lighter. So it works, man. You just got to trust the process.
you've said this, Thomas, before. Like, if you think you're going to get weaker by cutting weight, you're going to get weaker. Like, if you just don't think about it, you've said something along those lines.
Yeah. I mean, like it makes sense for you to be struggling when you're in calorie deficit and your body shape's changing and everything. But if you look for it, you're going to find it. You really have to feel it out and see what you're capable, and then make adjustments if you're not capable or whatever. But if you just keep powering forward and keep doing your best, you normally overcome a lot of that, which you've been really good at doing. I mean, we have adjusted the numbers at times. We've been in a pretty hard deficit at times.
Yeah.
But we're sort of at weight now and can start to turn things around slowly as we come into strength phase and peaking for
That's
for pro roll. What are your dream numbers for this comp?
I just want to do better than last comp. That's always my goal. If I get a kilo more on my total, that's a win. That's a win for me.
Yeah, cool. The question was, what are your dream numbers for this comp?
I know, but I don't know. I honestly don't. My goal is always just to do a little bit better.
I'm going to ask you this one more time. What do you want to squat at pro roll?
I don't know.
You do
I don't know. I don't know. More than last time.
Can I say?
Yes.
380. It's going to be 380.
That'd be 4 times body weight.
380.
You do know.
I know, but I don't.
It'll be 4.145 times body weight.
I don't like that pressure.
He had that one in the tuck, ready to.
The dot score is 213.25.
That came off the tongue way too
I hate
fast.
that pressure. Yeah.
But do you reckon? I don't know. Does this affect you as well, Thomas? I want to ask both you guys this. The mono does it make a difference?
The forward-facing mono.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, I was just saying because you guys have been walking all your squats out.
Yeah, I got used to walking out too.
Tommy's started using we've been training on the mono, and I walk out and he uses the mono. He's used to walking out, but it's a quick adjustment. If you've got we've got 4 months, we've got the time to play around.
We've got
with
a lot
it.
of time.
There's plenty of time to adapt to the fat bar, the monolift. The big change for Pro Raw is that they use the forward-facing mono, and that throws a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
The particular one that they use has like a curved J hook, and it really throws off your balance if you're not perfectly under it. You kind of have to unrack like you're falling backwards. If you're leaning against the rack and you unrack, as soon as they unrack, you just fall forwards. So you see a lot of people lose balance and miss lifts because of that. But remember Ryder, how he
Yeah.
trained for it? Did you see him doing that?
Yeah.
They just turned around and faced the
Turned
other way.
around, Yeah.
Just to get used to it. Because the other thing is you get used to, like in a power rack or even in the combos or whatever, the uprights are in your periphery and they give you your sense of like space. They get you that proprioception so you know where you are. And it sounds ridiculous. Like it sounds like it shouldn't make a difference when those things are gone and it's just like you looking out into the open with nothing there. That's what a forward-facing mono is.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Do you remember Nationals in 2018, Rishi's gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same thing. And one of our guys, might have been Jason Hill. He even on my first squat, I like missed my first squat because it was just weird. I like slipped and
Yeah.
it was just forward facing mono. But you just got to adjust to it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't force you to say your other numbers because I know you know them, but you obviously don't want to say. You don't want to put it to the world and have the pressure back on you.
No, I'm just under that quote from Ed Cohen. Like, if you just get a little bit better each time, think of in 5 years how much that adds up.
You know, there's only one way to make diamonds, brother. That's the
Under
pressure.
That's it. Yeah. Well,
Can you say that Ed Cohen quote in his voice?
I'll try. You know, when you do it, you gotta if you can gain like 5 kilos in like 5 years over time, you're gonna be fucking great, man.
So for those who don't know, Tommy's
Like
an
Dan
impressionist. He does it all right.
Yeah. So basically, when I was lifting, I just do my best and hopefully cut to the 220s. Might be a little bit hard, so I'll try and get a bit better.
It's so funny.
Jesus' face.
It's so funny because like in real life, that's exactly how he does. Like the awkward, nervous laugh. He really doesn't say much at all. It's like really hard to get anything out of him. So when he does seminars and he's forced to talk, it's exactly how it is.
Can you actually do Tombro's one? I haven't heard you do a Tombro one since like 2018.
I'll try. So guys, basically, the benefits to technique and, really getting our back into the squat, using our elbows to really squeeze, that's going to make the difference when we're doing upper back tightness.
It's rusty.
It is a little bit rusty. But I remember back in that, I was like, that's fucking so good.
Yeah, he like does this thing with his eyes, like I love it.
I've changed my style.
Yeah, you used to get him doing it on the PTC Gold Coast Instagram back then, eh?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
BTC Gold. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
What about Conor McGregor giving technique advice?
I just go in for the fucking kill. I don't give a fuck. I just go in to hit him with the. Well, hey, look at Aldo. I fucked him up in the first round. Don't give a fuck.
I love that. Fuck, that's good. You are good.
Oh no, not that.
Oh, he's humble too. He's humble. 380. That'll be 4 times body weight.
Hey, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know the 4 times body weight, but I don't like that pressure, man.
Okay, I feel that. I feel
I
that.
don't like that pressure.
Tommy, me and you connected for the love of I guess you could say like hip hop culture,
LeBron James.
basketball, rap music, and all things footy.
Wait. Tommy's into hip hop culture?
Tommy is the culture.
Do it for the culture, man.
Talk us through your outfit. What are you wearing today?
First time wearing my Odell Beckham Super Bowl jersey.
OBJ, let's go.
I love Odell. Wearing some Lakers pants, LeBron shoes.
How good.
Yeah.
So you're a LeBron fan. You're a Lakers fan.
Yeah, I like the Lakers, yeah.
Edan's probably going to question that.
Yeah, bring it. Bring the smoke.
Yeah.
Whoa. Big talk.
Go for the Patriots wearing a Rams jersey. So I'll get some hate, so... Yeah. No, Edan's awesome. I love Edan. He's a good guy.
No, that's sick.
Are you willing to say how much you spent on that Rams jersey?
No, man. I got it on Fanatics. It was only like $70.
That's actually really cheap.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we were meant to do a Fanatics order ages ago, but I can't remember what happened. I think I was too lazy to look at the website.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Until now.
Fanatics is gangster.
Good. Do you have any questions for Tommy?
No, I'm just loving hearing a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
What's your... Looking back, you've been in powerlifting now for almost 10 years. It's been a long time.
Holy shit, yeah.
What are some of your absolute highlights, either yourself as a lifter or like yourself as a competitor, just highlights of your powerlifting career summed up?
Probably squatting 333 at Rushi's nationals was one of the biggest ones because I didn't think coming into that I didn't think I'd get anywhere near that. I squatted 317 here this is when you first you moved from Runaway Bay to here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't think I'd do it, and when I did it I was like, what the fuck, like this is crazy. And then probably my second one would be,
well, hang on, talk us through what happened there. Like what were the attempts leading up into that?
So it was 300. We missed 300 because it was easy. I just slipped on the way up because of the reverse mono, but it was just me not setting myself right. It wasn't the mono at all. And then we went to, I said to you, just put 312 on, we'll be right. And then we did 312. That flew up. And then I just said, yeah, let's go 333. Let's get the record. And that was the world record. And then if you go back 2 years, my first world record, that was pretty crazy because I never went for something like that. That was 285 and a half at 90 kilos body weight, and I was a teenager. And
was that GPC Nationals?
That was GPC. You ran that comp actually. Yeah.
Oh, the Masters Juniors Nationals.
Okay. Yeah,
so 2016.
And I remember taking because we do a testing week where we take our first and second attempts, and I remember doing 275 with you, and you said 285 might not be there, bro, so just don't set your heart on it. And I went to the comp, and yeah, the first lift of 260 was just, I was holding it for like 10 seconds, and I made it look super hard, and then the second lift was 275, and we smashed that, and then I just said, yeah, let's put it on, let's go 285 and a half, and I did it, and it was pretty special because my dad and my little sister were there, and Dad just beat lung cancer. So that was pretty fucking cool. And he comes to every single comp. Like, Dad's my biggest supporter. He comes to every single comp. And
he was the one driving you down here when you used to come, 2 hour trip both ways, 4 hour round trip. He'd come drop you off and just hang out.
Yep.
I love that, eh?
Yep.
That's so supportive.
Yeah. And then my biggest highlight would be APL Nationals squatting that 373 and taking that all-time record. Because I'll be honest, like, I didn't think I'd get anywhere near it. I just wanted 360 and I was happy. So yeah,
it crushed it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's just I'm just grateful to be at Zero. Just grateful to be on this team.
I'll tell you a funny story about that 2016 Nationals. You know Brett Warland? Mm-hmm. He's been with us.
That's the big bencher, right?
Big bencher, yeah. Been with us since shortly after that comp. At that comp, he came, I think, second overall in bench press only. Like Jason Semler won.
That's right.
And then he came second overall. And I read the results wrong, and I gave someone else a medal, and they worked it out like the next day, and I had to like ask for a medal back, and then it was pretty embarrassing. So the fact that Brett eventually came and signed up and has been been on the team since then and become a good personal friend of mine as well. Thank you, Brett.
He's a beast.
Thank you for your forgiveness.
He's a beast.
He tore his pec off the bone. He got it surgically repaired in May. So May 30th, he got the surgery on my birthday, and he benched 200 the other day. No, he benched 220 the other day.
Was that at PTC headquarters?
Yeah, he tore it at PTC.
I saw that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Shout out Brett. He listens to the podcast too. He's the man.
Beast,
I also love how he trains in work boots and a high vis.
Yeah.
That's a man.
Keeping it old school.
Yeah.
Keeping it old school. We need to hit Tommy with some this or that.
Yeah, I've got some goodies here. All right. Cool. We're all going to play this game.
Kobe or LeBron? I knew that would hurt. You gotta pick one.
Oh man, probably Kobe.
How do you feel about that, James?
Kobe. Probably. Come on, man, it's Kobe,
bro. Kobe. Yeah, he's the Black Mamba, but nah, I'm LeBron. I'm LeBron James all day. I watched this whole career.
What about Kobe or Jordan?
Kobe.
Easy.
Kobe. What about you?
I don't know. Like, if people think I'm a basketball fan, I don't know anything about basketball.
I thought you were when I first met you because you had the Jordans, you had the Jordan shorts.
I know Jordan, I know Scottie Pippen, I know Gary Payton.
That's right.
Oh, how do you know Gary Payton?
Yeah,
I used to collect cards.
Oh, the glove.
Oh, yeah, right.
His son plays in the NBA now.
He's a beast, eh?
Yeah, and he's the same kind of guy, just a really good defender.
Yeah.
The Glove Junior.
So when I used to, as a kid, I watched some NBA and I collected the cards. Gary Payton was my favorite player.
That's cool. Yeah, now Gary Payton, the second, is in the NBA, which is crazy.
Cool. That's cool, yeah.
Bridget, Kobe or Jordan?
I don't really watch
You got to pick
basketball.
one.
You got to pick one.
Can I just say the Greek freak? And I'm
Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right.
Why the Greek freak?
because I used to back Milwaukee.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah. because that was where I went when I went to America.
Nice.
Went to a few games there. It was amazing.
I believe it's pronounced Milwaukee. Do you know where that's from?
No.
Oh, I'll show you later.
All right. I'm gonna add in a few extra ones here for Tom Bro and Tommy as well. Jordan 1s or Jordan 3s?
Ones.
Who would pick Jordan 3s?
Ones because I squat in them. I don't have Jordan 3s.
What inspired you to squat in Jordan 1s?
Tom Bro.
What inspired the
My
world
man.
to squat in Jordan 1s?
Legit, Tom Bro.
100%, eh?
Oh,
I'm claiming that.
100%.
I wish you talked your shit earlier though, because you were legit the first guy to squat in 1s.
Yeah, I saw him squatting them and I was like, I'm squatting in those. They look sick.
And have you noticed everyone's got
Everyone.
I'm like, nah, Tom Bro started this
He
literally
started
in 2016, 2015.
Yeah.
Like, because all the big names in America do it too now, but you were literally the first one.
That's right, baby.
I'll die on that hill that Tom Bro was the
Thomas,
first
what would
one.
you say? I started it, so,
Yeah.
get amongst
Yeah, but Tom Bro started it by not even trying to be cool.
I know, yeah.
You know, have I told you why I started it?
Nah.
So those Jordan 1s that I wear, there's the Chicago's from 2013. I bought them and they're the most uncomfortable shoes ever. Like they're super stiff. It's a real cheap, nasty leather and they're horrible. Like I couldn't walk in them. They hurt too much. And I'm like, I was squatting in basketball shoes.
Were they those blue Nikes?
The blue Nikes. I still got them.
Yeah.
I was squatting in basketball shoes and I was like, I need something with more ankle support. I'm like, I hate these other Jordans. I'm just going to wear them. And they're perfect for squatting. And then Australian strength coach, Sebastian, he made them big because he's huge, obviously.
Wearing bloody $2,000 Travis Scott's on the
Yeah.
Yeah, he squats in actual fire.
Yeah, he's got some swag. All right. This or that. Coke or Pepsi? There's going to be some random ones there.
Pepsi
Pepsi.
Max.
Yeah, Pepsi Max.
So I'm gonna go like Mr. Worldwide here. In Australia, Pepsi Max. In most other countries, Coke.
Why?
Yeah.
It's just better in other countries.
Yeah?
Because any drink, any carbonated product is made on water, and so if the water is different, it produces a different flavor.
Yeah.
So our Coke Zero sucks, whereas even like New Zealand's Coke Zero is way different and way better.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
It's why Pepsi Max is so big here. It's because our Coke Zero is terrible.
Wow.
Whereas in America, I reckon the Pepsi, it's really hard to find Pepsi Max. It's all like Diet Pepsi. And their Pepsi is just yuck compared to their Coke.
Well, good Coke's really hard to find here in Australia. CJ, you can edit that out if you want.
No, leave that in. Do you remember how often Steve Wang used to make Coke jokes with chalk?
Yeah.
It was so inappropriate but so funny.
I love it. Yeah, he used to always like break it up and
I know,
everything in the
he's so
chalk box. He's an idiot. I love you, Steve Wang. I'm going Coke.
Whoa, controversial.
No, but because for me, Pepsi Max, I love Pepsi Max, but it reminds me of that's my work drink. You know what I mean? That's my work drink.
I was about to say you must love it because my supply seems to disappear very quickly these days.
Are you enjoying the vanilla Pepsi Max and the lemon? No, I didn't think
Nah,
you
you
would.
spewing.
I saw you come back with that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, he tried the lemon. I was like, nah, give it. He tried it this morning. He's like, that's not bad.
No, we'll talk about performance reviews afterwards.
Weren't you a Dr. Pepper guy?
Oh, big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard to get here and
Yeah,
very
very
expensive.
hard to get here.
Not as hard as Coke. Carnivore or vegan? Bridget.
Vegan.
Yeah, carnivore.
Vegan.
Vegan.
Isn't
Way more versatility with vegan.
Yeah.
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 I think I'd feel better too.
Yeah, vegan
Yeah.
food's great.
Yeah. And how many fucking good vegan? Everywhere's got vegan options now,
Mm-hmm.
but like legit vegan options, not just fucking lettuce sandwiches and shit. Like proper, like Beyond Meat. There's
The
heaps.
Impossible.
Yeah, and that
meat.
shit tastes like meat.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, hang
vegan.
on. Kind of defeats the purpose. I like vegan food that's like honoring vegetables and plant products.
But most
Ooh.
people are vegan for ethical reasons.
Yeah. All right. Let's go this. If I said to you tomorrow,
Don't
if
get
I
me started.
if I said to you today, you have to be carnivore or vegan for the rest of the year.
Vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vegan.
easy.
Vegan. Easy. A7 or SBD.
A7, baby. Loaded lifting. Shout out. 10% off. Use my code.
Nah, give it a shout. What's the code?
So it's all capitals. Hardy 22, and you got to put an exclamation mark on there.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
We'll put it in the show notes.
A7, baby.
Do we have show notes?
I don't know. CJ, make some show notes. I think we do.
I'm going to say SBD, but I've only used the old A7 grippy shirts.
Yep.
Will gave me his because his neck didn't fit in it. And
goals.
I've only used James's A7 wrist wraps, and I don't particularly love them.
Yeah, no, they sucked. I didn't like them.
Is that the real stiff ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used like the sleeves and the belts and stuff.
Yeah.
though.
I find the more flexy ones are better. That's what I found. Yeah.
Bridget?
I haven't used anything A7. I've got an SBD soft suit. That's it. Oh, and the knee sleeves. So SBD.
What happened to that mystery belt? Do you still have that?
The mystery belt. Yeah, isn't it under... Oh, I think this one's got it.
It may be in my car.
Okay.
Titan or Inza?
Inza.
Oh, old school baby.
Yeah, bro. Dave Hoff, bro. It's my guy.
I'm gonna go Titan.
You've always wore Titan.
I wear an Inza belt.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are your wraps? It used to be gold
Yeah,
and...
always used Titan wraps up until Lilley Bridges.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Titan soft suit, GOAT, best soft suit out for sure, and their equipped stuff.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah, sick.
Easy Titan. I wear the wrist wraps.
The wrist wraps are
Are
very
they those stripy
Yeah,
ones? Yeah, that's
And-
the only Titan stuff I've ever used. I've got an Inza belt and the wrist wraps, and I love them.
Tell you what,
So
Inza need to fucking redo is a soft suit. They can't be doing those Andre the Giant wrestling suits anymore.
Andre the Giant. That's exactly what it is.
I like them.
Why the legs are so short on them? They look like you're wearing undies.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You look good in one, Bridget. Most
Yeah.
people do not look good in one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. When I saw Mel at a comp, I was like, bro, you look like Andre the Giant. And he is big. And I remember seeing him pull one thing down. I was like, nah, that's fucking... That's Andre from Reaper Strength.
Oh, man.
Who's more of a pioneer in our industry? Dave Tate from Elite FTS or Mark Bell from Slingshot? Or who's more influential for you guys?
I was just listening to a Dave Tate podcast on the way here. But I think Mark Bell. What do you think, Thomas?
I'd say Dave Tate. I'd say Dave Tate because a lot of Mark Bell's stuff, you know, he's from that background.
Yeah.
West Side Conjugate sort of style stuff. And I think Dave Tate's had a wider influence. So even though, you know, Mark Bell's probably reached a whole new audience and been massive in growing the sport of powerlifting and awareness around powerlifting and done big things for the brand. He's a little off tap these days, but that's okay. I think his ideas are mostly regurgitated from the people that paved the way, like Dave Tate.
Yep.
Plus, Dave Tate's funny.
I'm going to say Dave Tate as well. I love Mark Bell, but I don't know about you. I'm not trying to... This is no knock on Mark either.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that like he's very inconsistent with his team? It's always chopping and changing. Like there's no veterans at Slingshot.
I don't follow him that closely. I just know a lot of his... I just buy a lot of his products. But
So
yeah.
I really admire people that have like had the same team from the jump.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Has Dave Tate?
I haven't followed him, but that's one thing that's always put me off about Mark. But when I used to always be on Reddit, I used to read comments from other guys, like what happened to such and such, what happened with him and Silent Mike and things
Silent
like
Mike
that.
was a big one, yeah.
And so I always just thought maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's just one thing that kind of.
Yeah, I think in general he's a bit of an abrasive type, and of course as his ideas have changed, he's probably reflected that in changes in his personality, and maybe like made good friends and relationships, and then they changed because he fundamentally changed. Who knows? Who knows? I've been there a few times. I've trained there a few times. The gym's definitely changed a lot. I got shouted out on the gram by him in 2015.
That's mad.
I'll claim that.
His gym's free, isn't it? You can train
Yes.
there for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Why is that? Do you know why? Or?
I assume it's just like a tax write-off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I like. I like
That's
that
sick.
he, initially built that gym with the idea of like, I'm going to help powerlifters in this area and not charge them a cent. I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's really
sick.
cool.
That is cool. Yeah, 100%.
I think that's really cool. I wasn't allowed to wear a Zero shirt last time I went.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're not allowed to represent any other brand that might be related to powerlifting in any way, shape, or form.
I think that's cool though. That's a fair trade.
So what if you wore like...
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a dumb question, but what if you wore Inza shirt?
No,
Oh, shit.
because they got Slingshot.
Oh,
You buy some of their merch.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's cool. That's cool.
No, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I don't
That's
think
fair.
there's a problem
if his
with
gym's
it.
free, then that's fair.
It's like when we film content here, we encourage people to wear a Zero shirt.
That's
like,
right,
You got to rep the set.
Yeah.
Monolith or walked out.
Bridget.
Oh, walked out. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Have you never used one?
I've squatted in the monos, but I've never Yeah, I've always walked out my squats like
give it a
every
crack
time.
sometime,
Yeah,
just
I
for
would
fun.
I would really like to.
Walked out for sure. 100%.
Mono. I would have said mono 100%, but that was hard. But yeah, mono. But I do like walking out. It's actually not bad.
Old school, baby.
I like walking out my squats, but when I reflect back on older times, my arms hurt less using a mono.
100%.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with monoliths. I actually think they've done great things for the sport.
Yeah.
Because like it is a test of someone's ability to squat, and people will argue, well, part of the squat is walking out and walking in. Is it?
I can't afford to lose that skill. I suck at it anyway.
Yeah, so I'm saying for me, I walk all my squats out, but mono. Like my arm, it keeps my arms healthy.
Yeah.
Wraps or sleeves?
Wraps.
Oh, Bridget.
A year ago, I would have said wraps. I'm going sleeves all the way now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna say sleeves.
I'm gonna say wraps. You just want-
Really?
Why is that?
Yeah.
squat more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. that's
Powerlifting,
why.
lift the most weight.
Yeah.
It's like when
Yes,
people make fun
yes.
of equipped. I'm like, nah, equipped's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
You want to
sick.
fucking move the most weight? I think it's freaky seeing someone hold 400 kilos in their hands and bench press it.
Yeah,
True.
100%.
All right. A year of conjugate training twice a day or small of SBD training twice a day? And which one would break you first?
Conjugate, man. Rep West Side.
Conjugate, because it'd be way more fun.
Yeah.
And I think Smolov would break you first.
Yeah.
Smolov would break you in the first 3 weeks, as you know.
Yeah, I've done it. That's how I got into powerlifting. All right. Deadlifting with a squat bar or squatting with a deadlift bar?
Oh, that's a good one. Far out. We had to, at Worlds in 2013, they didn't have enough bars, so we warmed up with a squat bar. Legit, on deads.
Was that hard?
Yeah, we didn't take it all the way up, but we took it to like 170 or something like that, and yeah, it sucked.
Has anyone experienced squatting with a deadlift bar? Like a Texas one?
There's definitely noobs that put it on.
Yeah, I've seen it happen in here. But have any of you guys?
Nah, I'd just squat with a deadlift bar. I couldn't handle the deadlift
Nah,
squat
I'm
bar.
saying deadlift with a squat bar.
The thick one, the real thick one.
Yeah.
Oh damn, no.
You know, Karen Hinch, he used to swear making lots of his gains in COVID from having to do everything on a squat bar.
He's a
Oh,
legend.
because he took one of the squat bars from here, didn't he?
Yeah, so he deadlifted, squatted, and benched on a squat bar. Evan Pennell likes the feeling of benching with a squat bar.
Lots of people do, like
Yeah.
a fat bar for bench. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna say deadlifting with a. I'm gonna say squatting with the deadlift bar.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I like watching Olympic weightlifters and I love how it whips up and down.
So you're saying you can't squat heavy enough, so you just make it look like it with bumpers and a deadlift bar.
Did you not see me squatting with bumpers yesterday?
I did. Front squatting, no less.
Yeah.
We don't do that here, bro.
That's all the questions I got.
Nice.
yeah, sick. Awesome, guys. Well, yeah, thanks heaps for having me. Hey.
Have you got any final words, Tommy?
Trust the process. Find a coach you believe in, and trust the process. That's all I can say.
You're
Nice.
the man, Tommy.
That's it. That's it.
Find T Hardy on the socials. Thanks for coming, brother.
Thanks heaps, guys. Thanks heaps for having me.
The biggest ambassador Zero has, one of the most loyal, one of the fiercest and most loyal supporters of the brand, of Tom Brosey and of everyone here. Everyone loves Tommy. Thanks heaps for coming on, brother.
Thanks heaps, guys.
Love you, bro.
Appreciate it. Love you
Tommy.
too.
Catch us
Thank
later.
so much.
Best.
Thank you so much for listening to the Zero Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, @zero_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.